Keiko sits on the edge of a low rooftop. The city spreads below her in pieces of light and shadow. Cool air moves across the tiles. It lifts the fur along her back, just slightly. The streets are empty now. A few power lines angle down toward distant poles. They sway, barely. Keiko watches the movement without moving herself. The night feels awake in a quiet way. She blinks slowly. The wind passes over her again, patient and soft. She walks along the pavement now. Her steps are small and careful. Ahead, a shop front stands closed for the night. Paper streamers hang from the awning. Fabric banners drape along the shutters. The wind touches them. They flutter slowly, one after another. Some lift and fall. Others twist just slightly before going still again. Keiko stops beneath them. She tilts her head up. The colors are faded in the dim light. The movement continues, gentle and uneven. Keiko turns into a narrow passage between buildings. The walls rise on both sides. Ahead, a plastic curtain hangs across a doorway. The wind pushes into the alley. The curtain moves outward, then pulls back. It never quite settles. Keiko sits on the cool pavement. She watches the curtain sway in the dark doorway. The rhythm is slow, not steady, but close to it. Sometimes the curtain pauses for a moment before moving again. Keiko's ears turn slightly toward the sound. She moves deeper into the passage. In the corner where two walls meet, dry leaves have gathered. They are brown and curled. Some are small, some are broken into pieces. The wind reaches this place too. When it does, the leaves stir. They lift just a little, then settle again. A few tumble across the pavement in slow circles. Keiko sits nearby. She does not touch them. The wind comes and goes. The leaves move each time, patient and light. Keiko looks up. A clothesline stretches between the buildings overhead. A single towel hangs from it. The fabric is worn and pale. The wind moves through the narrow space above. The towel sways. It turns slightly on the line. Sometimes it hangs still for a moment. Then the wind returns and it moves again. Keiko sits on the ground below. She watches the towel shift back and forth. The night air smells faintly of soap and dust. She walks onto wet pavement. A shallow puddle spreads across the ground ahead. A streetlight above casts one dim circle of warmth into the water. The reflection is still at first. Then the wind touches the surface. Ripples move outward. The light distorts and bends. Keiko sits at the puddle's edge. Her paw rests near the water, but does not touch it. The ripples come again. The reflected light shifts and trembles. Then slowly, it settles once more. Keiko finds a recessed alcove set back from the street. Small potted plants sit on the ground. Their leaves are dark and thin. The wind reaches this sheltered place in small bursts. When it does, the plants nod. Their stems bend just slightly. Then they straighten again. Keiko sits among them. She is still while they move. The air here is cooler than the street. One plant has a single dried leaf that trembles more than the others. Keiko notices it without turning her head. She moves to where a plain wall stands in the dim light. Shadows stretch across its surface. They come from tree branches somewhere overhead. The branches sway in the wind. The shadows shift with them. They slide slowly across the wall. Some grow longer, some shrink and disappear. Keiko sits facing the wall. She watches the patterns move and change. The wind is stronger here, but the wall itself is still. Only the shadows move, quiet and steady. Keiko finds a stairwell entrance, set into the side of a building. It is recessed, sheltered. The street beyond is still touched by wind. But here, the air barely moves. She stands at the threshold. The space inside is darker than the street. It smells faintly of old concrete and something soft she cannot name. The wind does not follow her in. She takes one step forward. The stillness is different here. Not empty, just quiet in a way that feels separate from the night outside. A worn mat lies against the stairwell wall. Its edges are frayed. The fabric is soft from use. Keiko steps onto it. She turns once, slowly. Then she lowers herself and curls inward. Her tail wraps close. The wind outside is distant now. She can still hear it, faint and far, but it does not reach her here. The mat holds a little warmth from the day. Keiko closes her eyes. The city moves on without her, gentle and slow.